Hello, my name is Robert McGloin, and I'll be talking about the camera in Dark Souls. So the camera is a third-person, free-floating camera. Essentially, it floats around the player. It has two modes, a player focus and a target focus. Right now is in the player focus mode, in which it will stay in the player no matter what, whether something is obstructing it, or if the player moves, it gets in the way, or the camera itself is moved. Now the player will not follow the camera directly, but rather it will follow where the player intends for them to go using the left analog stick. So for the right analog stick, the player itself will continue to control the camera freely. This allows them to look around the environment and even look behind them, even when the player's avatar is moving around. Even though it is player focused and player locked, it itself is separate from the player's avatar. This is seen even further because while it still focuses and moves with the player, it itself does not force the player to move in any specific direction when they are not locked on to anything. Now the second mode is the target focused mode. In this one, when the player presses the R3 or right analog stick button, it will lock on to the nearest target that they are viewing. Then the player's avatar and the camera will stay locked to the target, and the player's avatar will move according to that target being the focus. This causes the player to move around the targets as they want, and any form of attack will head towards that target. As you can see in the following clip, the camera arches up to follow the target even though the player is doing so. The player no longer has any control over the camera other than switching between targets should they so wish. Now as you can see, the player itself moves completely around them and every attack focuses on the target. Even when As a final example, the player attacks a target, it is slightly off, but when they are on target, it is perfectly there, even when they move in front of a wall. Now, if a target were to leave the range of the camera, or if the target itself were to die or move off the game, then the target will automatically unlock and return to a player-focused camera. This is useful when facing multiple opponents as it lets you switch between them regularly. You can do so with the flip of the right switch, and simply changes the lock from one target to the next. It still stays floating behind the player, but continues to follow the target, and the player's actions will switch between those targets.